Hey, everybody, welcome to this episode of The Spark. Hope you're doing fantastic on today and that everything is moving in the right direction for you. Hope that you are up and at 'em and getting after it on today. Today, we want to go into something that I think will benefit you in a lot of different ways, not just one way in particular, but that if you'll pick up on this and begin to use it, I believe it'll help you significantly. I think that when you understand what I'm going to share with you on today to a greater degree, then what you're going to see is more things being produced in your life, more productivity in your life. And so I really want to get into this and share with you, but I want to break it down in layers. So, what I'm going to talk about today, I'm going to talk about purpose, I'm going to talk about potential, and I'm going to talk about proper perspective that equals productivity. So, another way for me to say that is purpose plus potential plus proper perspective equals productivity. So we're going to break all of that down for you and we're going to share with you. And I think that you're going to be tremendously blessed by it. So let's jump right into it on today. Shout yourself out if you haven't done so. Please feel free to do that. But let's go into this purpose plus potential plus proper perspective equals productivity. So let's start with purpose. When we start speaking about purpose, the definition that I want to use for today is the original intent of a person, place, or thing. The key part of that being the original intent. Why was this thing, this person, this place, why was it made? What's the intent of that? Now, a couple things that I understand about that is purpose is defined by the maker of a thing. So whoever makes it gets to define the purpose, and they can best define it because they knew what they had in mind before they ever started. And when you start looking at that and you understand the purpose of something, then a couple things happen. Number one, you won't abuse or misuse when you understand purpose. One of the things that I like to share with people is like using tools. You don't use a hammer as a screwdriver because a couple things going to happen. One, the screw could get damaged and the hammer could too. You don't use a knife as a screwdriver. You know, a lot of times people do that. They reach in their knife drawer and they get a butter knife to try to screw something in. And in the process of that, if you're not careful, you can damage the knife and you can also damage the head of the screw. My point is this right here. When you understand the purpose of a thing, you don't abuse it and you don't misuse it. It is the same way with your life. And that's the thing that I'm really bringing out. Your life, when you understand your purpose, when you understand that, no misuse and no abuse can come into your life. To live according to purpose means this right here, means that I'm living in, I'm there for the benefit of what I was designed for. And I have to understand my purpose in life. I always say, one of the greatest days of your life is when you understand your purpose. And when you get that down, life becomes significantly clearer for you. Your path or your journey becomes much simpler because you understand where you're going. And when you understand your purpose, you know what to say yes to, and you also know what to say no to. So understanding the original intent and understanding what the person who designed had in mind leads to you understanding purpose. So that's your purpose part. Now we're going to go to that second one, potential. Potential speaks of what one can do, but hasn't done. And all of us have potential. And I want to encourage you on today that you would always look at your potential, look for your potential, and understand this right here, that there are certain things that could hinder you from walking fully in your potential. But if you understand your purpose and now you say, hey, listen, I understand my purpose, but I also understand this. I have even more, what I like to call more in the tank. I have potential. So I cannot be hindered by my past successes or my past failures. I'm going to say that again. I cannot be hindered by my past successes or my past failures, because a lot of time what we will look at, and I'll take the success first, we'll look at success and we'll just stop right there. But remember this right here. There's so much more in the tank. There's all this potential. You can go higher. I will also sometimes look at my past failures, and I will allow that, because I failed at this before. I will allow that to hinder me. I can't do that. I cannot look at the successes, nor can I look at the failures and let them hinder me. I have to put them in their proper place. I cannot be hindered by the limitations of others, what I've seen others accomplish. What others accomplish or did not accomplish, as the case may be, has nothing to do with my potential. My potential says this right here. I have more in the tank. I can go higher. I can do more. I can be greater. More is available to you. You have this potential. Use it. And definitely don't let what tradition says you can do. For the longest time, tradition had placed women in a certain position. And they was this is far as you can go. And as time has gone on, and we're still working on this today, we find that the potential in a woman is not limited by what tradition or what the old archaic way says that we should be limited by. So I'm encouraging you right now that potential that's on the inside of you, let it go, let it out, use it, because I understand this right here. Potential is something that can be done that may not have been done, but you can get the job done. So we talked about purpose. We've talked about potential. Now we're going to talk about the third one, which is proper perspective. Proper perspective just means this here. It means that I'm going to have my life in balance. And I'm going to have my life in such a balance that it leads to fulfillment in my life. I was reading a book just the other day by Deion Sanders, and he was talking about being present. In other words, when you're here, be here. When you're there, be there. Be present in the moment. Having the proper perspective says the exact same thing. That when you have the proper perspective, you understand that you have balance in life, and that balance will lead to fulfillment. So I'm not going to, look at it and get my life all out of whack and expect everything to operate. One of the perfect examples of that is a tire in balance. Now, when a tire is not in balance, it wobbles, it makes noise, it wears the tire out. And that's the exact same thing that can happen to you and I if we don't live our life in a proper perspective. If we don't have balance in life, we will wear ourselves out. And so you got to have that. So we talked about purpose, we talked about potential, and we talked about proper perspective. Now, if you will take the purpose and add it to the potential and add it to the proper perspective, what you're going to end up with is productivity. That's right. Now, understand your purpose. You got to do that by believing in your potential, and having the proper perspective is going to lead you to bigger and better results. That's productivity. You are going to produce more. You are going to do greater things. And when I talk about producing, everybody has a purpose in life. And your purpose in life is what you produce, the results that you get. I am not the one to try to tell you what that is, and neither is anybody else. Purpose, you got to find that for yourself. Understanding your potential, you got to believe in that for yourself. And having the proper perspective, you have to design your life in such a way that you have that proper perspective in order that you can be more productive, is what I'm trying to say, and produce the results that you're looking for. And whatever you have produced in the past, listen to me, whatever you have produced in the past, you can produce more. You can produce greater. You can produce bigger and better. Don't be limited by what people share with you or what your mind sometimes will even tell you. Unhinder your mind and understand this right here. There is so much more in the tank. There is another level. Even if you feel like I've reached the pinnacle, no, you haven't. There's more after that. And if you will understand that, boy, you'll be so much more productive. So understand your purpose. Believe in your potential and get the proper perspective, and go and produce and produce and produce. I truly believe that God placed us here. And I know some of you may not believe in God, but I do. I truly believe that God placed us here as a benefit to others. And when you understand your purpose, your potential, your perspective, and have a proper perspective, boy, you produce. And others are tremendously blessed by what you produce. Well, I hope this has helped you on today. All right, go out there. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. I know you will. I know you can. So I'm going to close out on today. And I would be remiss if I didn't say happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers out there. And, you know, that's just a wonderful, wonderful time to acknowledge and celebrate mothers. So happy Mother's Day. I hope you have a great day on today and an even better day on tomorrow. Go out there and make a difference in somebody's life and in your very own life. But remember this right here. You are the architect of your life. And I, Coach David, I believe in you. I'll see you next week. You have a great one. Bye.